Hello everybody. Today I'm gonna do my top 10 video games of all time. I'm keeping it to one series per pick just to show a broad range of my favorites. Because if not, it would be a lot of Xenoblade and Zelda and whatnot. So yeah, I think we're just gonna start right off with Cadiferous Uprising. This game is so great in terms of the characters. I did have a trouble whether I would include it on the list, just because I have a few honorable mentions that I'm going to bring up later, but yeah, this game is really, really great, and I'd love them to make another one. I don't really have a lot to say about this one in particular, because it has been a while, but I just remember loving the characters a lot. Everything was really, really impressive for the 3DS, so getting a new one would be amazing. Okay, moving on to Earthbound. I really wish I could bring this one higher on the list, but there is just so much good ones. Earthbound is one of the many games in this list that I played and it was just as good as everybody said it was. I've also tried to, since I don't have a lot of Earthbound stuff, I only really have the NES thing, the NES amiibo, I thought I'd use some of my crystals to kind of include a lot of colours, because Earthbound's a very colourful, trippy game. Yeah, Earthbound was a game I played at a really good time. Well, I tried playing it for a few years, but when I really got into it and beat it, it came at a time where I really needed a comforting game like that. So yeah, that was really nice. It's really, as I say, it's comforting. It's really, the progression and everything is really nice with the way the characters are introduced and everything. And yeah, the music, everything's just so cozy, but also something I really like in these types of things is it's also got a dark side. It's a lot of really strange and often really quite horrible things towards the end, so it's a nice balance of everything. Yeah, it's a really special game. I really hope more people will play it in the future and see for themselves. Okay, of course, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is next. It's another game that I played that was just as good as everybody says it was. The chapters are just some of the most enjoyable and interesting Mario's ever done. Everything's just so solid with that, and everything's so unique. Yeah, it's all like stories within themselves for each chapter, and I love that. And yeah, the characters are also really great. I really hope we see more of them in Mario games in future, especially Vivian. She's my favorite. Yeah, and also of course the music's really great as well. I really miss the old Paper Mario music, because a lot of the music in the newer games is really great, especially the themes for certain holidays. It's really nice, but this one just had its own charm. And yeah, Paper Mario's a series that would probably have more than one game on the list if I didn't do the one game per series rule. It probably would have the first 3 games, because Paper Mario 1's also just really, it just feels nostalgic, even though I only played it when I was in my late teens. But yeah, it's so good. And Super Paper Mario is beautiful. It's just stunning. But yes, this is my favorite. On to Animal Crossing New Leaf. I have such great memories playing this game. Again, I only really got into video games when I was in my mid-teens. I just have such great memories of playing this, especially at nighttime, and the nighttime music is so nostalgic. It just is the most solid Animal Crossing, I would say, just because it's the way that the public works projects really balance out the difficulty, because as much as I really liked the idea of putting just objects everywhere in New Horizons at the time. I feel like it's a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a lot more gratifying when you really save up for it. Yeah, that's, I mean, it's good that New Horizons did that for something that really pushed everything forward a bit, but yeah. Also, just like, people say Isabel's overrated, but I think she is just a really lovely character. It's really nice to have her around. Hopefully they'll do something a bit more helpful for her character in the next Animal Crossing, because like they did kind of like push her back, like they felt they had to have Isabel Summer in New Horizons, but so they just had her do the announcements every day. But yeah, really lovely game. I love this game so much. Just even like just sitting on the tree for the end credits, everything's just so pretty and happy in a melancholy type of way, I guess. Not to sound too pompous, but yeah. Next up we have Cereza and the Lost Demon. I don't have anything Bayonetta related, which is sad because I love that series. And I'm just getting back into collecting amiibo, so hopefully I'll get some Bayonetta amiibo soon. But yeah, and I got the game digitally, so I don't have the game box to show either, but yes. Cereza and the Lost Demon is the most unexpected favourite game on this list. I was not expecting anything from it when I first played it, and I was kind of bitter because I did not really love Bayonetta 3 all that much. So when they were bringing out another game so soon, I was like, eh. But I gave it a try, and it turns out it was my dream game. I didn't even know. It's got all these Celtic themes, and I'm Scottish, so all that was really cool, and it had Gaelic a lot. It really showed a whole new world for Bayonetta's magic in her universe, and that was really cool. But yeah, I've also really been interested in witchcraft for a long time, and Bayonetta has always been good at showing that off, because it would have real Latin spells that she'd cast. But this one just takes it to a whole new level, all the witch themes, and I've set up a little witchy set for that game with my sage and my moon and my candle and everything. Yeah, I just adored it so much. And the story was really nice as well. It wasn't anything groundbreaking in terms of storytelling, but it really was just so wholesome and nice, and it really did a good job of building up Bayonetta's character. And yeah, it really did wash the bad taste out of my mouth after Bayonetta 3, so yeah. It's crazy, I would never have expected it to be my favourite Bayonetta game, but here we are. It really is just amazing, and the art style is so pretty as well. And the song, the main song is so pretty. The music is just really great. I really wish it would get more recognition. It's probably the most underrated game here, even more than Earthbound or anything. Because Earthbound's a bit more of a cult classic. I haven't really seen much of a following for Cereza and the Lost Demon, so yeah, hopefully it will catch on one day. Okay, next up we've got a joint favourite Zelda games. I'll just shift over a bit. Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are my joint favourite Zelda games. They both offer just such a great look at Hyrule from their own perspectives, and yeah, I love the story beats of Twilight Princess, and I love the not the art style, what am I looking for? Well, yeah, maybe the art style, just the direction, that mix between cartoony and like really realistic. It's really cool. I like it a lot. And the music and everything, and Midna is a big part of it being my favorite. She's just like probably the best written character in the whole series. And yeah, Link's a really, really expressive, and he shows a lot of emotion in that game. Yeah, I remember the dungeons and everything being really solid as well. And for Wind Waker, it's just got this really lovely summery theme, and it's got a really nice controlled open world. Like, I don't know, I feel like I would love just more Zelda games that have a smaller open world in future, like Wind Waker does, because it was really nice, and I'm trying my best to have articulated thoughts, but I really struggle to talk on camera. I'm doing my best. So yeah, I remember the dungeons in Wind Waker being really good as well, and the whole story of Hyrule being sunken and everything was really interesting. And the history coming from this new sea area that no one really knows the history behind because everything's been washed away. It's really good. My tummy's rumbling. Also, I hope you can hear the rain in the background. It makes for a nice cozy feel. It's really raining down today. But yeah. I also really... I should say that Majora's Mask is close to being my favourite. Like, it really could overtake at some point. My favourites for this whole list really fluctuate because Animal Crossing used to be at free, but now I have a new free for favorites, so yeah. All my thoughts could change at any time, but it's usually, the whole games that are on the list usually stays the same. But yeah, when Majora's Mask could take over as my favorite Zelda game, especially because I really finished it this year. I was struggling to beat it for like 9 years since I got into games, so, or Nintendo games, so yeah. Yeah, just the themes of depression and grief and everything in that game is so beautifully done. It's the most artistic Zelda game to date, I would say. I think most people would agree. It's really pretty. And, okay, I think it's time to move on. I think I said mostly everything I need to say. On to Metroid Prime Trilogy. And yes, I can include that because it is... that is a game, technically. It's not cheating like the last one was. The Metroid Prime games are incredible. There's no other games out there that really can immerse you the way they do. I think if I were to choose a favourite, I actually would choose Metroid Prime 2. Not to be like just different or anything, because usually people put that last in the trilogy, but I loved it. Just traversing the worlds in 2 different forms. I really liked that. It really brought out a lot of the exploration that the Prime series, well, just Metroid in general, is really good at. And just the suits in that game, mwah, chef's kiss. I love the light suit. Oh, so good. But yeah, the music as well is so... It's always got these intriguing sounds. So looking forward to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Oh my god. That's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. And yeah, just the world building as well. I mean, you can really... I really wish there was more video essays on the Metroid Prime world building, because they do it all so well, especially with the scanning and reading the lore and everything. I don't really have much to show off Metroid Prime, because this is technically the Samus Returns amiibo, but it's pretty much the exact same design as her Prime costume or suit, so yeah. I do have a Metroid Prime poster, but it's out of the way right now. Anyway, yeah, we'll move on. Oh yeah, I am really wanting to get a Dark Samus amiibo, but I didn't get one in time to make this video. But it's fine. Okay, next up we have Chibi Robo. This game is probably the second most underrated, because I feel like it has more of a following than Cereza and the Lost Demon does, even though it is super duper underrated. Just, like, if you love the characters and side quests of Majora's Mask, you will love Chibi-Robo. It really is, really, because, like, the whole point of the game is talking to characters. It's got that thing that a lot of people love in RPGs. It really just brings a lot of my favorite things from games into one game. It's got character side quests built into the main theme of the game. It's got a cutesy, cartoony look with some more dark undertones with the whole family that he's cleaning up after being in debt, and the family dynamic being a bit broken. It's really cool. Really interesting, and I'm really happy I got this Chibi-Robo amiibo. I love him. I just love Chibi-Robo's character design. He has this really cute blankness about him. I really can't explain what I love about his character design, but it really just has this immense effect on me. And yeah, another thing that it does from what I love from video games is the more you do for each place in the, or not each place, like the more you do in the game, the more good you do for people, the more it shows. Yeah, I love that. It especially does that really well in Earthbound and Paper Mario, I should say. Like, the more you do in each chapter or each place, the more it shows how good things are changing. Oh, I cannot talk in these videos, oh my god. But yeah. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I can think of. Oh, I really would love... I really, really, really want to play Chibi-Robo Clean Sweep. I really hope at some point they not only do a HD remaster for this, but they do a full remake for Clean Sweep on the DS, because it only came out in Japan, and it's like the only real proper sequel for Chibi-Robo. I do love Park Patrol. That is a Chibi-Robo. Like, unlike Ziplash and Photo Finder, those first 3 games really do just have the spirit of Chibi-Robo. Even though Park Patrol does something new, I actually really love Park Patrol. I've not played it, but I've watched walkthroughs for Clean Sweep and Park Patrol, and I love how they look. I love the ideas of them, especially how Park Patrol does this whole building the whole park. It's a really cool step for Chibi-Robo, and it also has the character moments as well. See, I would count that as a Chibi-Robo game, and I really love to play it. Hopefully I can get it cheap somewhere and play it, because I do have a DS I can play it on. Obviously you saw that I had Animal Crossing New Leaf on the 3DS. Anyway, I gotta move on, my god. So these next ones, the 1 and 2, they shift around the most on my favourites on the list. It's hard to pick between the two of them as my favourite game of all time. But at the moment, this is what I'm feeling. Number 2 is Super Mario Sunshine. Again, this game is just like peak Nintendo. It really is. Just a peak game of that time as well, the GameCube era. Just how vibrant and how it does something so completely different, and it's not afraid to do things that really change up what you'd expect. Also, I love summer, so that's a big part of why I love this game. And yeah, everything's just so... I use this word so often, but it's so unique. Yeah. It really is just like exactly what I love Nintendo for. I really can't explain it very well, but I feel like if you played Sunshine, you'd understand. I don't have the game box. I don't know where it went, so I just took the disc out and put some beach themed, well, just seashells around it. Yeah, and I love the areas, and I love how the more you do in each area, the more you see that you're making a difference. As I've said for the last few games, it really does this, probably the best out of all the games, I would say. Yeah. Anything else I should say about Sunshine? I just want to see more Sunshine stuff represented in the Mario series, please. Okay, I think before I go on to my last pick, I will show off my honorable mentions, so hang on. I'll just shift myself over here. Okay, so I got 5 honorable mentions. I've got, wait, is it 5 or is it 6? Well, so I've got another joint. I'm joining Yoshi's Woolly World and Kirby's Epic Yarn together, because they're both very similar, and I mostly put them there just because of the music. They've got some of the best soundtracks ever. Like, I listen to a lot of Nintendo music compilations, and like in summertime or Halloween or right now in the festive season, their music always stands out. It's just some of the most magical. So good. It's a lot of the music in their soundtracks. And yeah, it's just, I mean, you can tell they're made by a company called Good Feel, because they really are just like a warm hug. Next up is Doshin the Giant, is another honorable mention. The reason I didn't put it in with, because I really struggled whether I would put that or Kid Icarus, but I chose Kid Icarus just because, as much as I'm still so impressed, even though it came out such a long time ago, so impressed with the stuff you can do in this big open space. It really is like a real full-on sandbox. And I just, the reason I didn't put it in the top 10 is because it's not the most polished game compared to the ones there. And again, the premise is quite simple. You match up colors of different tribes. So you match the red tribe and the blue tribe, or the yellow tribe, or the red, yellow, and blue tribe together. You just match up a whole bunch of tribes and help them build a village for themselves all over the place. You build a society, pretty much. It's really cool. It's got its own flair to it. It really is so great. I love it. And I put a little flower because that's how you make monuments. And the main goal of the game is to make monuments for each little area. Okay, next up. I don't even have... That's why there's no Pikmin games in the list, because I could not pick out one Pikmin game from the other. I feel like each one just has their own strengths and faults. But yeah, the series is just so great. I really wish I could have included it somewhere, but I didn't. Just because I had nowhere to put it or anything to pick out from them. Yeah. Next up is Luigi's Mansion. Another one like Sunshine. It really is just like a great game from that era of Nintendo. So unique, and it does all these new things, and it's got these really what's the word I'm looking? Charming. It's the charm from Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion. Wow, it's so good. And the last two I've got, I don't have any figures or anything for those two games, but the last two games are Final Fantasy VII. I just adore the whole Final Fantasy VII sphere or universe. I haven't played the remakes, but I have watched the cutscenes and everything, and they just do the characters so well. And the music in all the Final Fantasy VII games, just some of the best out there, I would say. Yeah, and just Cloud and Aerith and all the characters are some of my favorites. In gaming, some of the characters there also, like Samus and what have you, are some of my favorites too, but yeah. I really want to play more Final Fantasy games. I've only played Final Fantasy VII, but I have seen a lot from like 10, 8, 9. Yeah, I want to play more. So hopefully I'll get around to doing that eventually. And then next up we have Banjo-Kazooie. I've just drawn these really pathetic little pictures for them. Yeah, with love hearts around them to show you that I do love these games. Banjo-Kazooie is like just completely the best of 3D platforming, even though I prefer Sunshine. Banjo-Kazooie, just the themes that Banjo-Kazooie does is so well done, and the way they kind of lay out how you collect in these sandbox areas is really probably the best I've seen in a 3D platformer, and I love 3D platformers. They're one of my favorites. I think it's obvious that I love JRPGs as well. They're some of my favorites. Yeah. Just the humor as well in Banjo-Kazooie, it feels very organic, for lack of a better word. Okay, I'm gonna go back over and I'm gonna show you my number 1. And this is the one if you thought if my words were all over the place before, I'm not gonna be able to put into words how I feel about this game. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Just if I could put the whole Xenoblade trilogy as well, I would. As my favorite, because these games mean the whole wide world to me. The stories and the characters, character developments, the themes, everything that this series I love about. Oh, and of course the action and the drama. Everything I love about Xenoblade is just so present in this game in particular. The themes of forging a future for yourself, breaking through. Oh, I'm blanking. Breaking out of what is the word I'm looking for? Oh my god. It'll come to me, I'll come back to it. Just finding yourself, everything that I really need from a story is in the Xenoblade trilogy, and it's all done, culminated into such a beautiful and soul-destroying game in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And of course the music is just amazing, and it also brings back my favorite character from Xenoblade 1 and my favorite character from Xenoblade 2. They bring them back in this huge way, and they have them interact with each other. It's amazing. Just the way they tied together the whole story of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2, which I won't spoil, but yes, they did it so well and still made this game feel its own. Yeah, they saved all the fan service for the DLC, which I do not complain about in the slightest, because that was awesome. So good. So good. What else? There's so much to say. I feel like the characters in Xenoblade 3 just had they were the most fleshed out cast ever, and I've always thought that the Xenoblade 1 cast, they almost felt real to me, but they didn't have as much character arcs as the other characters did, and I feel like a lot of Xenoblade 2 characters had great character arcs, but there was so much characters in the main cast that a lot of them kind of fell behind. This game just is the best of both worlds in that regard. The character arcs are so good, while also really feeling like I know these characters so well. Oh, I love it. Yeah, and just the themes of hopefully I can remember the word I was thinking. Yeah, like the themes, there's such this theme of a corrupt system and oppression, breaking through oppression, that's the word I was looking for. And it's done just the best out of anything I've ever seen, honestly. and it's such a present theme in our world right now, and it's just so nice to see. And it's just, they make such a big point of it, just like, you don't have to be trapped, and you can forge a future for yourselves, which the whole Xenoblade series does. Also, I don't know why, I just haven't felt comfortable taking them out of the box for some reason. No other amiibo has done that for me. I don't know why. Oh, also, I should say about Metroid, if I could include more Metroid games on the list as well, I would definitely include, what's the game I'm looking for? I can't remember the game. Metroid Dread, that's it. And possibly Super Metroid, because I love that game as well. That's another game that is as good as everybody says it is. But yeah, and for Mario, I would say maybe Mario Galaxy is the one. Obviously, I said I would have all the free Paper Mario games. Sadly, no Mario and Luigi games. I just haven't really fell in love with those ones as I have for Paper Mario, though I should say I've been playing Brothership recently, and oh my god, I love that game. I've been loving that game. It's my favorite Mario and Luigi game already. Just all the themes of like bringing this land together in that game is so good. And it's just got its own feel to it. I love it. What else was I going to say? I had another thing I was thinking to say, but I forgot. Oh, yes. I also feel bad I didn't include Splatoon or a Mario Party or Mario Kart game in this list, but I just feel like I connect more to, like, singular one-player story type games. No, maybe not story for, like, Mario. Well, I guess Mario Sunshine does have the most story out of 3D Mario, apart from like the Rosalina storybook from Galaxy. But yeah. So yeah, if I was to put more of games from more than one games from a series, that's what it would be. Okay, I think I'm just about done. I'm trying to see if I can remember anything else to say about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I don't know. Oh yeah, the way there is probably a lot I'm missing just because I have so much thoughts about this game. So much thoughts. One thing I would say is the music is just implemented so well. I've never seen anything like it in anything. And if you played the game, you know what I mean. Especially in that one chapter, which I won't spoil anything about that. But yeah. Also, there's just no other thing in fiction that's quite brought me to tears like this one. It really just hits close to home in a lot of areas. Especially with the character arcs as well. Yeah. It really doesn't pull its punches with hitting you right where it hurts. That's what I love about it. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you very much for sitting through yet another really messy ramble. Hopefully I made sense with some of the stuff I said in this video. Thank you for watching. As I say, I can't edit or anything, so I just set up these scenes for myself, which takes a while to tidy up afterwards, but shows I'm putting some effort into it at least. Okay, yeah, that's everything. I haven't played Mother Free. I'd love to. One day. I've watched a walkthrough, and it does have a lot of hard-hitting moments, and yeah, I will also probably do like an underrated games video. I've kind of made a list of them before online, but never really talked about it. Yeah, so the first Mother game I think is really underrated. A lot of these games, like it's Raisin Lost Demon and She-Ra, would also be in the underrated games. Anyway, yeah. I also didn't talk about Xenoblade X, but I've not really gotten that far into playing the game because there's this one part I can't get past. It's really convoluted, the whole game. I've watched a walkthrough. I love a lot of the story parts, but it doesn't really have the strongest story compared to like the trilogy of like amazing stories. Yeah. Okay, that's me done. I'm done rambling. Anything else, I'll just add into the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I have a few other videos planned. I'll probably do in the new year. So yes, thank you very much. Bye. Mwah.